Afternoon. I appreciate you being here. I'm Stephen Horsford, Congressman from Nevada's 4th Congressional District, and just finished a meeting with a group of local leaders from the Mesquite, Bunkerville, Moapa area to discuss with them where things stand here in this community, part of Nevada's 4th Congressional District, and what we can do together to try to resolve the situation and have individuals who come to this community from other areas of the country to leave so that we can return to our way of life. I want to make clear before I begin, though, that the issues surrounding public lands in our state are bigger than just one person, Cliven Bundy. And while I respect the settlement and the role that his family has had in our community for some generations, he is not an individual who encapsulates the American way of life in the West. His comments recently demonstrate that he does not respect this community or the way of law. He doesn't reflect our values as a state, and he does not represent the hard-working ranchers of Nevada who have followed the rules, who have paid their fees, and who have reached agreement with agencies that have faced similar challenges. Now let me tell you a little something about Nevada's 4th Congressional District. We are a microcosm of our diverse country, and it's why I am so proud to serve as its representative, to represent the broad range of voices of this new American community effectively. And this issue illustrates the type of challenges that many other rural communities face. But it is beyond unfortunate that from this diverse community, a loud voice of intolerance has been given a microphone. His comments were hateful, and his comments belong in the dustbin of history. His comments paint the black experience in America in a hateful way. To talk about African Americans on the front steps of their homes and to draw from that the conclusion that they have done nothing or they have nothing to do, that maybe they were better off under slavery, that they abort their young and that they send their young boys to prison, is beyond the pale. They are words spoken from a man who truly does not understand the struggle that many African Americans still face. These are not observations on the way of life for many who live in North Las Vegas, where I'm from, or any other place in America. They are statements infused with bigotry and racism, and they are not to be tolerated. I respect Mr. Bundy and his right, and I would ask that he respect other communities and their way of life as well. So we will work, following this meeting that I've had today with local leaders, to make sure that Nevadans get access to the land that they deserve. But make no mistake, breaking the law and denouncing the government does not make you a hero. We need to work cooperatively to move forward on these important issues dealing with land and grazing rights, and that's what I spent time with meeting with these local leaders. And what they've told me throughout the day that I've spent here is, first, these events, these unfortunate events, have hurt this community's local image. There are people in this community right now who don't feel safe because people from other communities have come here with their own agenda. Mesquite, Bunkerville, and Moapa Valley, the residents in these communities deserve to feel safe, and the residents of this area deserve to know that we're looking out for them as well. We also know that this is a tourist-based economy, and there are events that are occurring now and that will continue to occur in the weeks to come, and we are not a playground for armed militias. So the residents of Bunkerville, Moapa Valley, and Mesquite are concerned about how this unfortunate incident and the outside groups who have come for their own agenda are putting a black eye on this community. The residents of this community want the public and tourists to know that this community is safe, that you are welcome, and that we are a tolerable community that accepts everyone. So with that, I will conclude my statement. I have time for 2 questions, and then I have to leave.
How do you plan to get the militia out of the area?
We have met with the local leaders, some of whom live in Bunkerville. We discussed some options that we will flush out with the county and state officials. I will be talking with members of the congressional delegation and federal agencies to see what can be done in an immediate, short-term time frame in order for Mr. Bundy to feel safe so that he can ask those who have come here for their own agenda to leave, and to allow us as a local community to solve our own problems together. Thank you very much.
Congressman, have you spoken to Clive Bundy since he made his comments in the New York Times?
I have not.
Do you have
Thank
any
you.
plans to speak to him anytime soon?
I do not.
Thank you.